speaking of great partnerships, we'll get right into our show here, Sports Central, and our first guest, Shelton Crews, the Executive Director of the Florida Athletic Coaches Association, here for an event, but also I heard you've never been on Sports Central. You just wanted to do it, right?
Well, I mean, I just thought it was something I was supposed to do.
Well, Shelton, we've partnered with you for a long, long time, the organization even longer than that. You're in town for one of your All-Star Classics, but there's quite a few of them that come to Polk County. Tell us a little bit about this event that's going to take place tomorrow, actually, and then, who is the FACA and that kind of stuff.
Tomorrow is the All-Star Cross Country Race. Started back in the mid to late 90s. Was held, and it's been held different places, but we've kind of found a home here at Holloway Park. Y'all have been great with hosting us, and we love coming to Lakeland. It's easy to get to for everybody. It's centrally located, and we expect some fast times. Plan for 6 months, and 25-30 minutes it's all over. I mean, and so but we do appreciate our partnership with y'all, and we love coming to Polk County for this event.
So Holloway Park is one of those unique spots in the state. Compare it to some of the other run venues that you guys have used over the years.
I've only been a part of 3 different ones. Okay. This is my 15th year. I've either been at Holloway Park, I've been at Appalachia Regional in Tallahassee, and one year we had to do one at Lake Nona High School. I don't remember what happened, why we got there, but and that was, we even had to run around the track, around the school campus, in and around the big tennis facility out there, and a lot of hoops to jump through in Orange County. But Holloway is very similar to Appalachia. I think it has probably most every terrain you can possibly have out there: incline, decline, rock, gravel, sand, I mean, from what I've been told, that's what makes up a good cross-country course. Believe it or not, I'm not a cross-country runner. Never have been.
I mean, obviously
the three of us.
Yeah, it's very comparable to the other courses in this, and it's in the top 5 courses of the state. I mean, easy. Might be top 3, but I'm not a cross country guy.
Yeah.
And I don't have a whole lot to compare it to.
I was gonna say, it's always the topography. I remember the kids always, every time coming off, are like, where'd the hills come from?
Right.
A little surprised. Yeah, exactly. A little surprised, and often, because the way that course starts out there at Holloway Park, it's pretty much uphill.
Right.
And from the start to head towards the first mile, and you see a bunch of those kids just take off, and by the time they get to the top of the hill, you're like, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it.
But you and I have both worked the cart out there more than once, and you're starting to pick kids up at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Most of the time, because of the different events you hold there, most of our runners have run here.
Yeah.
Correct.
For some event of some sort.
Yeah, and we host major events. Of course, you got the Holloway Park Jamboree, you've got the Jim Ryan, you've got the Florida Runners Invitational, so you're right. And I always like to joke, sometimes being self-aware is an important part of anything, especially in business. And, that the facility in Tallahassee with the ACC money and Florida State and what they've been able to do, I always like to say that Holloway Park is the second nicest cross-country facility in the state. And that's not a slight towards us, that's just they had a head start. No pun intended. But now with the gift that the Holloway family has done, that has been now donated to the city of Lakeland, and you already see the improvements that the city is making to that facility. So to your point, it just continues to get better. Well, let's talk about the FACA. Because this is one of multiple events that are coming here for the All-Star Classics or games or whatnot. Who is the FACA, and then kind of why you said not only the cross country, but these events have found a home in Polk County. So who is the FACA, and why have you found a home in Polk County?
We were founded in 1936 by a group of football coaches that wanted to do professional development during the summertime. It was supposed to be laid back, relaxed. They'd pick a place, They started picking Gainesville, you know, and started doing that type stuff. They partnered with the FHSAA at that time as well, and we hosted our first All-Star Football Classic in 1949. First boys basketball classic was in 1950. And then we added, I think we added the girls in '78. It was a partnership between the two organizations. And finally, the FHSA in the late '70s said, we're out of the all-star business, y'all take it and do it. And that's what we've done. We took and run with it. And our most recent addition to the All-Star Series was flag football, and that was done in 2011. And we do play the flag football down at Mulberry on the turf. It's May on the turf in Mulberry. There's not much wind.
Or June or July.
But we had volleyball last weekend at Southeastern University, and had an outstanding group of ladies, and probably the best talent top to bottom we've had in my 15 years. We got cross country this weekend. We leave y'all to go to the Villages for All-Star football in December. We'll come back first weekend in March, and we do boys and girls soccer at Mulberry, and then boys and girls basketball the weekend after that, and then flag football again in May. And we had softball and baseball here for a number of years, but we've decided to move it to another part of the state. So that was all tied in through Tigertown and stuff like that, and Florida Southern, and everybody's been great. I mean, it's, like I said, it's easy to get to, and there's one reason we're here: Dan Talbot. Okay, he's a Polk County Mafia, and but he's been a big supporter of FACA. He has he's in our officer pool. He will be this coming June 25. He will be our president for a year, and in January of 2025 he goes into our Hall of Fame.
Oh,
so big. He's done an awful lot for us, but he does an awful lot for student athletes.
Yeah, absolutely, student athletes.
And he's well respected among the other county athletic directors across the state, and just provides some great guidance and leadership for our organization, and he's a great friend too. So.
Well, and Dan's one of the reasons why we have 9 FHSA state championships in Polk County as well. So you're absolutely right.
How do the students get chosen to?
Well, cross country is pretty easy. I mean, we try to invite the fastest ones.
Yeah.
And it's not is he big enough? Can he throw the ball? You know, I mean, they're running, and our state chair keeps up with the times, and they do it through Florida runners and things like that. And 2 or 3 weeks out, he'll pick a watch list, and then he'll narrow that down. A week later, and another week, and then he'll say, put out a bunch. If you're interested, please contact me, and then that's how we go from there. And it's based on times. I mean,
when you get into volleyball,
it's not our all-star events are not an open showcase.
Okay, so when you get into volleyball,
it's all invited. It's all invited.
All right.
Volleyball's done a little bit different. In volleyball, we have 24 districts in the state, and we hold all-star meetings, and we commit to the MVP of that area. Polk County is District 13 to us, and your MVP for volleyball this past year was a young lady from Winter Haven, I believe. Riley Tanner, is that her name? Something like that. So she was that representative from here. Sometimes we have to branch out and pick up an extra one here or an extra one there, because you got to have setters, you got to have libreros. You can't have all hitters.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to piece it together that way sometimes. But we had 22 girls last weekend.
Oh.
Well, Shelton, we appreciate the partnership and looking forward to continuing the partnership and hosting all these great student athletes coming into Polk County for one more high school level competition for them before they either go and go on to graduate or go on to play college sports. So thank you so much. Good luck with the event this weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.